All right, so Bring to Light Scapeshift, which is
A deck
it's a deck of Magic the Gathering
versus
cards.
Grixis Death Shadow.
This is a
which
defined.
is
This is a defined, streamlined thing.
so we've got Bring to Light Scapeshift, which is a strategy, a plan,
Yeah,
and we have Grixis Death Shadow, which is, by all accounts, a weapon.
Yes. I think what might happen here is Chad might have to do like a judo move where you like make your opponent's attack hurt them. So Victor's going to try and get his life total to like 7.
So I do want to say this. Martial arts of any variety has no place in Magic the Gathering.
What?
We frown upon violence. If you do any judo move or anything to your opponent, you will be disqualified and banned from the DCI. But please continue.
I'm saying when it's not that he's actually going to physically engage him.
Oh, okay. Because judo is the art of like physical engagement.
No, but in judo you use people's aggression against them. Like if somebody were to throw a punch, you would use the fact that they're off balance to create an attack.
Right, but there won't be any punches thrown.
Never mind. The John Douglas Show, ladies and gentlemen. Have at it, apparently, since you want to derail me.
There's no derailing. I just want to make sure that nobody expects violence. I don't want to false advertise here. We've got a cycled Street Wraith, followed by a Bloodstained Mire. Looks like Victor Kurz is taking the pain train all the way to 15.
So there's not going to be any actual locomotives on the stream tonight.
You don't know that.
If a locomotive,
you cannot guarantee that.
I will 100% guarantee that no locomotives will come through GameSwap Mason tonight.
Well, no, actual 100% scale size locomotives, but you can't guarantee that there will be literal no locomotion. Tag 12, welcome. I apologize for what you're about to hear.
Ridiculous. All right. So Thoughtseize bringing Victor down to 13. Fetch Thoughtseize Street Rage 11. And so this is going to make any Death Shadows live. Or if you were to have...
And here we are.
Both of these Death Shadows are now live at 2/2s.
Well, Chad with one land isn't going to have much of an ability to interact with these guys. Hopefully Victor just doesn't have anything else.
Yeah, we got these shadowy boys on the board.
Although, spoilers...
He does.
He does.
Chad could really use like a grove of the burn willows here. Just dink dink. Get him plus 2 real quick. Kill these guys.
That's a card that desperately needed a reprint and is an iconic Masters.
Yeah, did they do the other? So I know they did Horizon Canopy and Grove. Did they do the other 3?
Oh yeah, Nimbus Maze, Graven Cairn, River of Tears.
Okay, so yeah, Graven Cairn is the one that we actually got a cycle out of.
Right, so it's kind of weird they're putting that in there, but hey,
whatever.
I'll take it.
We now have Graven Cairns as like this super overprinted card.
I don't think those cards are overprinted at all. We could do another printing of the Filter Lands and be perfectly fine. Boseiju is the choice for Dirtle here.
All right.
Victor is jealous of...
He shelters all of them.
Dirtle's ability to damage himself with lands all of a sudden.
Man, that would be a big one in this Grixis Death Shadow deck. If I mean they don't have any problems taking their life totals down.
Right.
But Boseiju lets you just like do it for 2 every turn. Every turn you want to, you can take 2 damage.
Sure. Don't get a lot of value out of it because not a lot of your spells have a colorless component.
All right, so he's generating a...
So we're Ambush Vipering. Fatal Push, Joke's on you. Here's a land. Alright, so this is going to put Dirtle down to 10.
Alright, so he's going to have his 5th land next turn, and that brings this Bring to Light online for 4.
4 is fine.
Yeah, 4's fine. 5's ideal.
How many targets cost exactly 5?
I don't know. I imagine there's like a Damnation. The only card...
How about a Supreme Verdict?
Victor could have Stubborn Denial here.
Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, sure. Supreme Verdict's probably the better choice. If you're going to have access to all of them. But yeah, taking 2 to cast this Supreme Verdict would be... So you're going to take 1 here. I would try and take 1.
Yeah, I don't know what fetch that is, so I don't know if that's possible. But it looks like it's not, because he's going all the way down to 7.
Oh, wow. So there was definitely a Plains on top there. I don't know whether he was... I'm not... The Expedition art evades me. I can never tell what's actually going on.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is. A Misty Rainforest, apparently.
Okay.
All the way down to 5.
Alright, so Bring to Light for 4. So he gets to get any spell that costs 4.
Supreme Verdict is the choice.
See,
Solid
so
one.
he did not have to pay the... Oh, yeah, he did.
He did.
To make the Bring to Light resolve, sure.
So he's dealt himself 3 to save himself from being attacked for 6. Potentially more. Dealt himself 5, sorry. Big old Gurmag.
Here's the Angler.
So what does Dirtle need here to get out of this? If he has a land, Prime Time will do it.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't, I don't know. It looks like he does.
Interesting. So here's that. What is this? Oh, is that a Scapeshift that we're looking at?
Scoops him up. Yeah, Scapeshift in hand. It looks like he had at least one other land in hand. I don't know what the last card was. But he didn't have it.
Yeah, so this Death Shadow deck definitely showed us that it can get out of the gates.
Oh, yeah. Not always. It can't always do it, but...
Not all the time, always?
When it does, it does.
When it does, it does. When it doesn't, it doesn't.
True words. Never been spoken.
So... You ready for the thing I discovered today? It's the...
I'm going to let you have this one. Go ahead.
No, so every set has these cards that are like thrown in there that are like, oh man, this card's like going to be really good in this set, but it's bad. This should be the last card in every... If it's in a pack, it should be the last card in a draft.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one, I can tell.
This card's called Ryle.
Yeah.
1 damage to a creature you control, so it turns on your Enrage ability, which is a keyword in the new Ixalan set on some of the dinosaurs. That creature gains trample. Draw a card. This card's a sorcery. If this card were an instant, I'd be in there like swimwear.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
But this card's bad.
I'm big on this card.
Are you high on this card?
I'm so high on this card.
How many Ryles are you going to play at the pre-release?
How many Ryles am I going to open at the pre-release?
If you open 2 Ryles in every sealed deck you open, how many will you play? We're going to play 5.
10.
You'll play 10?
Splashing for Ryle.
Get them all riled up.
Get them all riled up. No, if I have any deck with 5+ enraged creatures that are greater than 1 toughness,
Yeah.
it's an auto include.
Interesting. Are there enraged creatures with 1 or less toughness?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
You get to trigger them, but then nothing happens because they're dead.
say that to my Raptor Hatchling.
Does that card have enrage?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes way. Also the most adorable Magic card to be printed in years.
It is a pretty cute little guy.
Cute little raptor.
Man.
So I wouldn't sleeve up a deck of Raptor Hatchlings and Riles. You don't want to rile them up, although it's not terrible.
It's not the worst.
So you spend 3 mana.
You get a 3/3
2
and
cards.
you've drawn a card. Or you've netted -1 card.
Right, so you're getting a 3/3 for 3.
Right. You're behind, like, the cards.
You're not behind the cards.
Okay, so you get a token, which you can say replaces a card. And you draw a card off the Rile.
Which replaces a card. Quite literally.
Right, but you've also had to have both of these cards in your hand at the same time.
Sure,
And
I'm not
there's
saying...
a cost to that. And a 3/3 for 3 it already exists very easily in Magic the Gathering.
So there's not a cost for it because you're not...
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not a cost for it because you're not, like, planning your deck around this. It's, like, a worst-case scenario. If it happens, it happens.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Raptor Hatchling Rile deck. Like first 4 picks are Raptor Hatchlings. You're like, all right, I'm taking every Rile I see now.
Well, I mean, if you're going that route, there's no cost either because you just have infinite Riles. You're just chaining them into each other. Dirtle looking pretty disgusted there.
Not disgusting. Disgusted.
Disgusted.
Yeah, not interested in chaining Riles.
I'm very high on Ryle.
All right, well. What do you think the worst card that's been spoiled so far is?
The worst card that's been spoiled so far?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably some big 7-mana idiot. Let me see. Let me see the spoiler list. I'll pick one out. It's probably blue. So
I had the 7-mana target player draws 7 pulled up as my worst rare.
Oh, that card's sweet.
It's a sorcery.
Still shuffling up here between rounds. We knew this was going to take a while.
Well, yeah, Victor's really he's waxing philosophic about
any number of things. While he's doing so, oh no, looks like we've got some action going.
Alright, so his hand contains multiple lands and multiple Lilianas.
Yeah, I don't know that that gets the job done here. You definitely need a clock against the Scapeshift deck. Liliana does surprisingly well. I will give it that.
Well, here's where I would be. So in the sideboarding, if I'm Grixis Death Shadow, you have to understand what your role is. So you're the aggro here.
You have to know your role,
right,
and then slow your roll.
No, you have to speed up your roll.
Oh my, I've never heard such nonsense.
No, so because if you misassign yourself as like, oh, I can play these, I really want Stubborn Denial against his Scapeshift. No, you need him dead before his Scapeshift matters.
Right. Because the Grixis Death Shadow deck has the ability to get you dead, you'll want to definitely get him dead.
Yeah, you're the aggressor. The beatdown, if you will. For those of you out there in Magic World, it's one of the critical articles in Magic Theory. Who's
the beatdown?
Who's the beatdown?
I think it's a little...
It's dated.
Overrated and a bit dated.
It's quite dated. I'll give it dated. But it...
Boneyard Parlay is my choice for the worst rare in the set.
This card costs 7, so...
Yeah.
Jot that down. Exile 5 target creature cards from graveyards. An opponent places them into 2 piles. Put all the cards from the pile of your choice onto the battlefield, and the rest into their owner's graveyards. Alright. So you get 3 cards out of the graveyard. Or, 1 to 3 cards out of the graveyard.
Yeah. For 7.
For 7.
Pretty bad.
Sure.
Don't give me that sure nonsense. It's bad.
What if I'm in limited against the dinosaur deck and I've killed multiple dinosaurs and I get to just dinosaur them? Just here's all these dinosaurs.
Yeah, man. What if you have what if they have a 3-card creature combo in their yard and you target those and you get all of them and they just give you 3-0 stack and you're just like, I'll take those 3 and win the game. Then it's awesome, right?
Point taken.
So this is awkward for Dirtle. Very awkward. Missing a land drop. Not where you want to be, especially on a Search for Tomorrow hand that showed so much promise.
Yeah, I mean, he's got this Huntmaster of the Fells.
He definitely wants to get that guy deployed.
What is this Cryptic Command doing?
Sitting in his hand.
It's very aggressive.
So we've got Remnant Pyro in the chat that says the blue draw 7 cards, not good.
No, not good at all. That was my pick for the worst rare.
I think that card's sweet, but not for any reason other than jamming in a commander deck.
Oh, absolutely. It's great because it says target player.
Right. Although if I'm gonna run an expensive draw spell in commander, it's probably gonna be the rebound one. Draw cards equal number of cards in target player's hand, and it rebounds.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's just...
That card seems quite good.
Touch Me Not 11. I don't know what your problem is with the number 11, but welcome to the stream.
Maybe he just doesn't like being touched. I quit. So, never mind. I'm not even going to explain it.
Do you know who does like being touched? If you ever see him out at an event.
No. It's not like I don't like being touched. You guys like to just touch me very specifically. You like to gently poke me so that it's weird and not very engaging. And I don't know.
Prodding.
Prodding.
So Remnant Pyro, I think we were discussing the cards in the context of sealed for the pre-release, but I mean that card's has very limited use regardless. It's not a good card. Taylor's right.
Does it draw 7?
Yeah.
I'd play it in sealed deck, I think.
Yeah, I'd probably play it in a sealed deck too, but I wouldn't be thrilled about it.
Correct.
I'd probably cut it for a piker.
A piker? A goblin piker?
Yeah. Pikers are so good in sealed.
I would cut it.
Give me a deck of 24 pikers, and I'll give you a W.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Pikers? Are you kidding me? We're talking about pikers?
Wait a minute. So, you're willing to play your 24 goblin pikers against my random sealed deck that I open?
Yeah, sure.
And you think you can get there?
Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah. Pikers are good, man.
So all I have to do is kill 7 pikers, and then it's game over?
7 pikers. Searching for a basic island. Not what I'd expect out of this deck, but here we are. I guess you have to get a basic, so... Although Forest is probably a better call.
So, yeah, you play the Huntmaster here. You get your token. That locks you up against Liliana negative. And then if he passes and you get to flip this Huntmaster...
Holy cow, is that good for you?
The biggest of games.
Huntmaster! Yeah, Huntmaster's a strong card. I think people often underestimate it a little bit because it's a 2/2 for 4, but man, this card starts to get flipping back and forth. You get a lot of value from it.
Yeah, and
Plus, it kind of forces your opponent's hand. So, like, Zach's hand right now, he has a Tasigur and a Stubborn Denial. He'd probably play the Tasigur anyway.
Right.
But if he didn't, if he was sitting on, like, Stubborn Denial and, like, Thought Scour, you bet he would Thought Scour on his turn.
Yeah, man. If he does nothing here in this Tasigur, the Huntmaster flips.
Oh, he's definitely
not
playing
going to do
Tasigur.
nothing. He's going to do something.
100% playing a Tasigur this turn.
But you know that Chad's going to pass it back to you, flipping his Huntmaster. So you're going to lose. You're going to get 2 damage on the Liliana. You're going to lose the Snapcaster Mage. It's just not going to end well for you. So he can't really negative the Liliana.
He can, but it's not good for him.
Correct. Because that just winds up with a dead Liliana on his next upkeep. And
or on his turn. He could main phase this Cryptic Command, bounce the Tasigur, tap the Snapcaster, hit the Liliana for 2.
But then you don't get a flip.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a board.
Sure.
See how much we're willing to invest here. Investing 2. Investing 1. Investing 2.
Alright. He's chosen 2.
Tasigur.
6. So we gotta get... leaving Thoughtseize behind.
It's peculiar, but it's fine.
So I guess Chad's got to get rid of Bring to Light here.
Well, I don't know what this last card in hand is.
So the last card's we know it's not a land because he would have played the land.
He should have played the land if it's a land.
It's a... I have no idea what that card is.
Also have no idea.
It's...
could be anything. It's a blue spell.
It's blue. Alright.
Alright, so we got a Snapcaster down. We've got a flipped Huntmaster.
Brutal. Alright, so here's...
can we get a check on the card that is in Dirtle's graveyard? Just went to his graveyard.
The one he just discarded?
Worldly Council.
Worldly Council. So this card lets you look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of land types
amongst lands you control.
Amongst lands you control. So basic land types.
Little domain action for you there.
Yep. This got a reprint somewhere.
Recently? So it was reprinted.
No, it was originally in Invasion.
Right, then it got reprinted in Conflux, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, that set had some of that kind of theme in it.
And then again in like Modern Masters 15.
Sure. He's going to have Chad sack a creature. And now Victor has to be careful here to not cast another spell.
Yeah, if we're flipping this thing back and forth.
Yeah, so...
oh, this is a dangerous attack.
No, so what Chad should do here is he should Cryptic Command bouncing Tasigur and like drawing a card. Oh no, he should definitely Cryptic Command countering this bouncing Tasigur, and then he gets to flip his Huntmaster back.
Yeah.
He's going to attack Liliana and kill it. Oh man, this is going to be a big deal.
The biggest deal. So he's got a Stubborn Denial in hand, but that's going to cause this Huntmaster to flip back. So
no, he already cast the Serum Visions. The Huntmaster's flipping back regardless.
Oh my.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I would definitely run this out anyway, because if you get... oh, counter drawing.
Chooses counter draw.
So Victor can Stubborn Denial this. Counters it cleanly, but then That leaves Chad open for a land and a bring to light draw, which could be very strong here.
Well, no, the Huntmaster is going to flip down, and when it flips back up, he's going to get to kill the Death Shadow and the Liliana. He's going to be ahead by a mile.
I mean, yeah. Flip back the Huntmaster. 3 spells even. Flips it back.
God, I forgot about the token.
So much value.
I know, like, you gains 2 life, like, the whole bit. The whole bit.
Yeah, this Huntmaster.
You just say
doing
go.
A ton of work.
Just say go. You get to kill 2 things.
Especially if you didn't draw land.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Chad just asked if Death Shadow was a 2/2. I think Victor is realizing what's going to happen here.
Just pass. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Pass. Ship it.
You can save some life here by passing 2. You don't have to fetch for a shock. The only reason I would sack this and cast Bring to Light is if I win on the spot.
Correct. And I can't imagine the card you get. Oh. Can't resist.
He has no cards in hand.
Yeah, what's... I guess you could get...
I guess he's... Oh no. I thought he was fetching to look for possible Bring to Light targets. So, like, Fiery Justice is sweet here?
Yeah. I mean, Fiery Justice would be a big deal. Kill the Tassiger and the Death Shadow by putting Victor above
and then
13.
Swing at
And then,
Lily for 2.
Yeah, get the Liliana for 2, so that kills the board.
So that's about the only thing that I'd accept here.
It depends on how the card is. So the question is it... The question is, does Transform give the guy Summoning Sickness?
Alright, so we're Bring to Light for 4.
It depends on how the card's worded. Some
Come
cards...
on, Fiery Justice.
Some cards leave play and come back to the battlefield, transform. Some cards just transform while they're in the battlefield.
Right. This is ill-advised.
Yeah, he could have had the same result by not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a better result by not doing anything.
Yeah.
Because the Death Shadow's then in the graveyard. And there's 2 Death Shadows.
They're just 2/2s. And why didn't we just bounce the Tassiger? Tap or something? I don't know.
Pass flip. So all the damage happens, and then once the ability's done resolving, you're going to check state-based effects. So the thing's going to live. And Victor's going to go to 9.
Yeah, Chad really snatching defeat from the jaws of victory with that play.
Yeah. Because Victor would have been down a Death Shadow. You would have been up a Bring to Light in your hand. And then who knows? I know some of these Bring to Light decks play a Rhino.
Sure.
And so a Siege Rhino is like, it would be very good here. It combats Tasker really well.
Yeah.
Drain Life Sim a little bit, which isn't ideal because it grows the Death Shadows, but you're not going to deal 11 all at once.
Right.
So he's worried about a Street Wraith here, and if he had a Street Wraith, the damaged Death Shadow would be attacking as well.
Yeah.
Because then when the wolf blocks it, you get to...
So I think the card is Teamer Battle Rage.
Is that the card in his hand?
I think so. But he would, in my mind, he would have attacked with the other Death Shadow if that was the case.
Yeah, because that just wins the game. This creature gets double strike. So that's... And trample. So the one getting blocked by the wolf is the one that's going to provide you the most damage.
Presumably the damaged one as well, which saves the damaged one.
Right.
Believe that's the card I saw. I'm pretty sure it's a red card.
I think some of these decks play one of those, but I've seen some lists that have 0.
I agree.
Yeah, this is a tough one here.
Really milking his time here to think about this.
Really going deep, dirtling around.
Dirtling all the way around.
Yeah, so he's going to take 4 here.
Yeah, Teamer Battle Rage.
Yeah, so if he would attack with the other one, he could have won the game.
Yeah, nobody wants to win the game, though. Then
Yeah.
you don't get to play any more Magic.
Yeah,
it's boring, right?
Apparently not. This is fantastic. This is the best thing I've seen all in a month of Sundays.
So he top decked the Scapeshift. Or he top decked the land to Scapeshift. Yeah. And 18 Victor.
So Chad could have been in a position to win that game regardless.
Right.
Decides to take a line that's completely... It actually generates like a worse board position for him.
The worst board position possible.
Yes. Victor decides to not attack with everybody, which would have ended the game right then and there because he had the Teamer Battle Rage.
Correct.
So punts it back to Chad, and Chad, in true Dirtly fashion, just shows him the land off the top, and says 18U. Furthermore, Victor doesn't check him on it. There is no way I wouldn't have been like, yeah, just show me real quick. You don't have to be like a butthead about it. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, you gotta count, put your triggers on the stack. You don't have to be all like that about it, but at least show me the lands, you know?
Yeah.
Prove to me that you got it.
So, yeah. There you go.
Gosh. Chad played really well up to bring to light the Cryptic Command.
I mean, not really. He just played his deck. He just suspended some stuff and literally didn't do anything else. Right? Search for some lands. No, I'm asking if there were any other plays before then.
No, so Victor kind of laid it out on the table in that he opened up this window where Chad could on turn 4 to resolve the Huntmaster.
Mm-hmm.
And he could have done a lot of things there. He had, Cryptic Command available. He had Huntmaster, and then Bring to Light, I think was what we were looking at.
Right.
So he could have been like, oh, there's something going on here, and like held back one turn. But I like just going for it there. I like the.
Yeah, I think Victor was tapped out.
Yeah, he was tapped out. I'm just saying that he could have chosen another line since Victor was, either representing like Lightning Bolt or Colgan's Command or something.
Okay.
But he went for it, and then I like the pass back. He didn't force anything, or But so up until the point where he cast Bring to Light to get the Cryptic Command, he was doing a great job. Made all the right choices.
Okay.
You're correct that there weren't like a myriad of choices to make.
Right. All right.
But
well,
there were
fine.
still choices.
He made good choices. He's a good choice maker.
It's
good old Chad choice maker Arthur.
All right, here we are, game 3.
The chooser himself.
Victor's on the play. Takes
Keeps
2
it 7.
damage.
Chooses to not mulligan.
Are you done?
Snap
You're
no.
being particularly cantankerous tonight.
Particularly, Thought Scour. Get some resources. Draw land.
So a fetch land here yields a turn 2 Tasker, which is a big deal. Step 1.
Let's see if he's got it. Didn't see one in hand, but I didn't see his whole hand. And he's got another land in hand.
Another one.
Another one.
Alright. 0 credence to needing the red there. I guess that's in his hand.
Yeah, he has a Blood Crypt in hand.
Alright. So this is still Tasker worthy.
Oh, there's the Tassiger. So next turn it looks like, unless he's got one in hand. Doesn't look like he does. Looks like he's Double Death Shadow, though. Gotta keep Tasker on top here, right?
The Double Dutch Shadow. Yeah, you gotta put Tasker on top, and that way next turn you take 2 from the land.
Two from the land doesn't get you there.
Right. Just yields you Tassiger.
But he kept both on top.
Maybe it's a Street Wraith and a Tassiger. That'd be the best.
I'd take that.
Alright, Chet, what do you got?
Singing long and hard about this land. The land drop for the ages, and there it is.
Yeah, we knew we wanted to give you one where we used up all the time.
All the time in the world.
You can always count on Chad for all the time to be used.
Swear to God, if he plays a Secure Tri-Builder this turn. Looks like that's what we're getting.
Yeah, here's a basic island and
Yep.
Thought Scour's his opponent. Little disappointed in Chad here. With all these promos, there are several good Sakura Tri-Builder promos. The F&M one has some awesome alternate art.
Yeah, if you like Beats by Dre on Snakes.
Beats by Dre. And there was also a JSS one, I believe. That was pretty cool.
I don't think any of the alternate arts on Sakura Tri-Builder is very good. I like the original a lot, though, so.
I'm saying he's playing the, pimp version of everything he can.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the best art on the original one, then the pimp version is the original one. So here's an interesting question. Dirtle's thinking about sacrificing the Sakura Tri-Builder. I don't think it's the right call here. I think you're fine waiting a turn and chumping.
Correct. I'll agree with you. Yes, so the JSS one has the original art, but
Okay.
with cool foiling.
Oh, like the swirly foil?
Yeah, the starburst foiling.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So, por qué no los dos, right? Why not have both ways? You get the good art, you get the good foiling.
I don't know if it's a good foiling, but
Alright, here's a
we'll go with that.
Besehu that shelters all, which is not irrelevant against Victor's deck.
Thought seizes the draw for Victor. That could be really good here.
Mm-hmm. You can take 4 total this turn.
Remanding it.
It's going to be manded again. Chad's going to draw a card.
I'm just firing it back off. Worldly Council. A bunch of land. 2 Bring to Lights. Man, okay.
So Bring the Light's coming into play next turn, and Victor knows it.
Off of Boseiju mana. So even if he had the Stubborn Denial, it would be irrelevant.
Correct. So you just have to take one of the Bring to Light to move on with your existence. Worldly Council isn't... think about it. Would you rather have him look through his whole deck or look through 5 cards? Exactly.
5 cards.
Right. So you take the Bring to Light.
Good call.
And I'm just saying, like, if you need reasons to be reductive about your decisions,
Oh yeah.
then you can think about things like that. Like,
Yeah, he did miss out on playing his second Death Shadow last turn. I think he was trying to represent Stubborn Denial for whatever reason. I don't know what he was worried about, but there it is.
is that a Terminate in his hand?
He has a Terminate in hand. He's also possibly playing around Wrath, which he did see game 1 and probably will see here.
Yeah, I can't imagine Chad doesn't wrath him.
Hopefully he doesn't have to take 1 billion damage to do so.
The only way I could see Chad not wrathing him here is if he has an Hour of Devastation or an Hour of what's the green one? Promise?
Yeah, sure. Our promise.
Puts 2 lands into play, and then he can take the 8 or whatever, however much Victor's representing. 5 and 4, 9. And then just Scapeshift him next turn.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the only line I could imagine that doesn't yield a Wrath of God here. But here it is.
Supreme Verdict, and there we go. Now he's going to have a turn to dig with this Worldly Council, and then 1 turn is all he needs with Escape Shift.
So, does the Worldly Council put the card in the hand?
Yeah.
So, if he were to hit Scapeshift on the Worldly Council, he'd be able to cast it. But
Oh, Inquisition hits the Worldly Council.
And here's
Death Shadow comes down. All of a sudden, Durrell's left with a handful of land and no action. Yeah, I agree that he should have played out the Ambush Viper. I don't think you're getting a lot more use out of that.
Yeah, if he wants to, I suppose he could like cast the Thoughtseize in the graveyard. But that's pretty unimpressive in my mind.
Yeah. So if he got in 2 more damage here and then 2 more damage on the turn before, then Chad is very close to dead. Oh man.
So Scapeshift there doesn't do anything, right?
It does when he plays land next turn.
Oh sure, does it win the game if he
Yeah.
doesn't?
Inferno, I am 100% behind you, with the exception of the monthly player rewards promos. Oh, he draws the council.
What's Inferno's assertion?
Inferno's assertion is that he hates foils of all types, so any type of promo is hard for him to look at. Definitely agree. Oh, he hits him again.
Draws him again off the top.
Doesn't even make him go through it. Well,
that's sometimes Modern has these cards in it that just like you can play really well and they just play this card and you lose the game.
he didn't play really well though. He could have killed him before that Scapeshift.
Oh, did he? Did we do the math and guarantee that?
Guaranteed. I don't know, guaranteed. I didn't do the math.
Okay.
Probably, because so you get 4 more damage out of that Snapcaster, and then 1 more damage out of the Death Shadow.
Okay.
So, probably.
All right, we got a short turnaround here, so don't go far.
Don't go far. We'll be back for round 4. Can't guarantee Hot Boys anymore, but I will guarantee some spicy and hot modern action.
Yes, hot modern action for sure. I agree. Bye-bye.